Thanks for tuning into another video. Today we're going to be testing out different mountain biking hacks and seeing how good they actually are. For this first one, apparently if you rub shaving cream on your goggles or glasses, it works as an anti-fog layer. So apparently all you have to do is rub the shaving cream on the lenses and slowly keep rubbing until it's not there. Do not rinse it off or else this will remove the anti-fog coating that it provides. So I've popped these lenses off. I'm going to put a piece of tape down the middle, and on the one side we're going to put shaving cream and on the other we're not, and then we're going to see how well it does against fogging. We're going to do it on both the front and back side. Now let's see how this performs. So that one is a little bit hard to see the results on the camera, but in person it does work really well. So I'm going to give that hack a 9 out of 10. It does work super well. It's super easy. Most people have shaving cream around. I would highly recommend trying this one out. Cutting shifter cable without fancy cable cutters like these can be really painful. It'll always fray and it is super hard and a big pain. Well, apparently you can take a bit of electrical tape and wrap it around the shifter cable, and then you can cut it with your regular pliers, and apparently it won't fray. So let's try this one out. And then we'll wrap that around where we want to cut it. I do only have a small little piece, so hopefully this doesn't affect the science of it. There we go, we got our tape. Now we're gonna grab our regular pliers and we're gonna cut it. And look at that, no fraying whatsoever. Whereas I'll cut the other end here without the tape and we'll see how that goes. The side with the tape here, it's a lot better looking. The tape definitely does help a lot. I'm gonna score this hack a 6 out of 10, only because I have used this hack before and it hasn't worked nearly as well. It does work and definitely helps in a pinch, but I would still recommend picking up a pair of cable cutters like these. I bought these from Amazon. They were about $20. And the big reason why I'd recommend getting them is you can also cut external cable housing with them, which is something that you will not be able to do with just needle nose pliers. For this next one, we're gonna make a down tube protector with an old tire. So we'll need either some zip ties, tape, and some scissors, and our old tire. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a chunk of tire from about here to here, and then we'll go get the bike, and then we'll either zip tie or tape it to the down tube, and we'll see how this works. There we go, now we got our chunk of tire, let's go to the bike. So now that we got our tire here, it's gonna go on the down tube of our frame, and we're either gonna use zip ties or some tape. I don't have any zip ties, so I'm gonna use tape. You know what, it looks like this hardtail, it's too straight of a line, so I'm gonna go get my Kona, and we're gonna try it on there. So a few minus points to this hack already. I guess you could just spread it out a bit like so, and zip tie it on like that, but I think that would look just terrible, and I think it'll work better on the Kona with a bit more of a curvy frame. All right, so we got the Kona here, let's try it out here. So that fits a lot better on this bike. And then normally I would recommend using zip ties. I don't have any. I'm just gonna use some electrical tape and we'll see how it does. For the old tire turned down tube protector, I'm going to have to score this one a 4 out of 10. It will work well for protecting your down tube. You will need a frame with a front triangle that is a bit curvier. It should work on most full suspensions, but if you have a hardtail that's quite triangular like mine, it will not fit. The other reason why I'm docking this one some points, it's just really ugly. The only time I think this wouldn't make sense is if you want to protect your down tube, if you're riding somewhere like a bike park that's super rocky and lots of loose rocks are getting kicked up, kind of one off for a day to protect it. But me personally, I would not run this the whole time. I just think it looks too bad. This next hack is supposed to fix a dent rim. So this rim right now has this big dent in it, and a tire won't stay on the bead. So you need an adjustable spanner and something like a strong flat metal thing, something like a chisel. This is a metal tire lever, and we should be able to pull the dent out. So right here, there's a huge dent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our flat metal surface, and we're going to put it behind the dent. So it's behind there, and then we need our adjustable wrench, and we're going to slide it on the rim against the back of our metal plate. The point of the metal plate on the back is so you don't pull the dent too far. So now we're just going to slowly bend it back, and it should bend straight enough to get a tire on. There we go, the dent is a lot smaller now, and we should be able to get the tire on. I'm going to give that dent pulling hack an 8 out of 10. It works super well. I've used this one before, and it has saved me so many times where I've had wheels where the tire would just blow off the wheel, wouldn't be tubeless, and I've pulled that hack out, saved the rim. It's not perfect, it does scratch your rim up a bit sometimes, and you can't overdo it, so definitely be careful and make sure you use that metal backing plate so you don't dent the inside of your rim with the adjustable spanner. This next hack is what you do if your chain doesn't have a master link and you need to take it apart and put it back together. What you're going to need is just your chain and your chain breaker tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by just breaking the chain, just like you normally would. But once you get close to driving that pin to the outside, you're going to have to stop and don't drive the pin all the way out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it apart so you're left with the pin sticking out the one end, but it's still stuck in there. And then you'll do whatever you need to do with the chain off apart, and then we're going to put it back together. And how we're going to do this, you are supposed to technically do this with a new pin, but this is a hack and it'll get you by in a pinch. It won't be quite as strong as with a new pin, so be advised. You could lead to more snap chains, etc. So to get it back, we're going to line that chain up again with the two holes, and then we're just going to push that pin that we pushed almost all the way out, but it's still in, we're going to push it back in. Then once it starts getting tighter again, just push it so it's flush against the side of the chain, and the other end is sticking out, and boom, you're good to go. The chain is back assembled. This chain hack, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's great for when you're in a pinch, but it does weaken the chain, and I would advise using a brand new pin instead. It will be stronger and safer. All right, that's 5 mountain bike hacks tested and rated for you guys. I hope you found this video useful. There's some good hacks there and some that maybe I wouldn't use, some I would use. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you guys like this style of video, and we'll see you in the next one.